ṣàgbọ̀rọ̀ èyí ní fẹ́rẹ́ ohun kan ló ránṣẹ́ sí ohun kan láì gbọ́dọ̀ má ṣe ṣàgbọ̀rọ̀ ṣàgbọ̀rọ̀ tó ilé tá a fi wọlé lónìí tó jẹ́ nǹkan tó ní agbára torí nǹkan ayọ̀ lélẹ́yìí inú wa ń dùn ara wa ń yá gágá náà ni ẹ rí i pé tí n bá ti rí nǹkan ayọ̀ bá ara mi a máa yá gágá láti mú wá fún ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa nílé tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa lóko Hisense TV yín náà lélẹ́yìí iléeṣẹ́ tó ń sojú ọmọ Yorùbá káàkiri gbogbo àgbáńlá ayé bó bá ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ talk and do original ni bó bá ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí làwọn à ń gbé wá bó ti ń jó original yẹn náà là á gbé wá fẹ́yìn èèyàn wa ẹ̀yin ó wá sí máa gbọ́ ẹ wà máa bá a ṣí ààrẹ ẹ máa pín o ẹ máa pín ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí lè tẹ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ Abíọ́dún Gàfárà rẹ̀ ṣe é ẹ káàbọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọlé yẹn ẹ wá máa pín ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí ètò àgbọ̀ lónìí tó jẹ́ nǹkan tó ní agbára ẹ máa tẹ láìkì yẹn jẹ́ kó máa lọ fà kí àwọn èèyàn kan lè mọ rí i pé bọ́lọ́run ọba ọ̀hún ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló tún sọ̀rọ̀ ní ìsìn ó dẹ̀ ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ torí ètò ẹ̀gbọ́n lónìí á gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ìran á dẹ̀ tún wá gbọ́ ìmúṣẹ rẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ náà ni á gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ọ̀rọ̀ tòní ṣe jẹ́ inú mi ṣe máa ń dùn tí wọ́n bá ti rí nǹkan tó jẹ́ nǹkan òríjínà tó jẹ́ pé ó ń fi hàn wá pé àyànfẹ́ mo máa ń sọ òun tá bá ti rí gbogbo àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ á ti mọ̀ pé ilé tó lọ náà nìyẹn ẹ má wàá jẹ́ ń dá wa lágara ẹja tètè kọ́kọ́ go straight to the point tó o mú kí gbogbo èèyàn tẹ́ ń jẹ́ ìwà Abíọ́dún Gàfárà rẹ̀ ṣe é àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tó darapọ̀ náà ẹ ṣé o bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa gbogbo yín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti wọlé mórí yín o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bá like ẹ má sínú comment section bẹ́ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa kètèkètè ńlé ẹja kó gbọ́ nǹkan tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run yìí sọ náà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ káwá gbọ́ ìmúṣẹ rẹ̀ náà tó rọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń béèrè pé ìgbà wo ni Yorùbá nation ṣẹlẹ̀ ìgbà wo ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ wá gbọ́ o ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ọwọ́ wa ló kù sí báyìí ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o ìyẹn náà mú ní sáré gbé wá fẹ̀yìn èèyàn wa pé tó kẹwàá gbọ́ ìbùkún ni fún orílẹ̀-èdè olómìnira orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ẹ ṣé mo rí yín Abíọ́dún Gàfárà ẹ ṣé o ẹ̀yin ẹ̀tẹ́ ìwọlé lẹ́mọ̀ láìkẹ́ mọ̀ ṣí àrẹ̀ ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run sọ kẹwàá gbọ́ ìmúṣẹ rẹ̀ ní kíákíá kẹ́yìn èèyàn náà kẹwàá mọ̀ dá sí ètò yẹn kẹwàá dá sí i kí gbogbo èèyàn wa mọ̀ gbọ́ wa ní kètèkètè nílé Yorùbá nation no going back Yorùbá nation no going back ẹ̀já gbọ́ kí ni ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run sọ.
Bàbá orílẹ̀-èdè go and tell the president of the country wípé that bàbá ẹ ṣàtúnṣe go and amend your ways ẹ ṣe àtúnṣe make amends ẹ ṣe àtúnṣe make some necessary amendments changes. Àwọn nǹkan máa dàrú gan sa. Things will become worse. I see real confusion. Mo rí ìdàrúdàpọ̀ in Nigeria government. Bàbá orílẹ̀-èdè bàbá Tinubu. Bàbá Tinubu. Ẹ wo ẹ̀yìn wò dáadáa o. Look back. Ẹ ṣe àwọn àtúnṣe o. Go and make some amendments. Ó ní nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ kẹ́ sign. There is something they want you to sign. Bàbá tẹ́ bá ti sign ẹ̀ ẹ rò ó. Think before you sign it. N ta fi hàn mí ni mo sọ. Ẹ wo ẹ̀yìn wò dáadáa. Look back very well. Ẹ wo ẹ̀yìn wò dáadáa. Look back very well. Ẹ wo ẹ̀yìn wò dáadáa sà. Look back very well. Ó ní nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ kẹ́ tọwọ́ bọ̀. There is something they want you to attend. Ẹ bá dẹ̀ ti tọwọ́ bọ̀. If you sign. Ẹ wo. Look at it. There will be real confusion in Nigeria government. Ìdàrúdàpọ̀ máa ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin ìjọba Nàìjíríà. Ẹ wá gbọ́ o. Listen. Èmi ò sí ń pa party o. I don't belong to any party. Mi ò dẹ̀ ṣòṣèlú o. And I'm not a politician. Ṣùgbọ́n. But. Eléyìí ni last message. This is the last message. Èyí tó máa padà ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè. What will later happen in this country? Mi mà kókò, mo tún sọ again. I don't know the time. Ó máa pín ni o. This country will split. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ fi ọgbọ́n pín. And they will use it to split this country. Tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ kẹ́jẹ́ wà. You don't want blood back. Mi mọ̀ gbà yẹn o. I don't know the time. Mi mọ̀ ọdún tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ o. I don't know the year. Bó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. For it to happen. Èmi á sì máa anytime tí bá jáde màmá rán yín létí. Whenever I come out, I will remind you. Kò sí any other solution. There is no other solution. Ilẹ̀ tí ń bi àwọn tó jẹ́ kílẹ̀ pé wọ́n yìí náà olórí. The leaders are being asked. Ojúbọ tí ń bi wọ́n.
Hey!
Yeah, the call on their oracle is asking them. tiwọn.
The place of
Èyí tó lè mú orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tò. Ó ní kí kálukú lọ.
this country is
Èyí tó sì lè dá ẹ̀tọ́ padà lórílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá.
what to restore back the right of
Padà
Yoruba
sí bó ṣe wà ní ayé ìgbà yẹn.
is to go back to how they were from the
Ṣé?
beginning.
Kí kálukú dúró.
Let everybody go their way.
Mo tún sọ o, èmi ò mọ àkókò o.
I don't know the time.
Mi sọ pé nísinsìnyí
I'm
o,
not saying now.
mi dẹ̀ mọ àkókò.
I don't know the time.
Ṣùgbọ́n solution ni.
But that's the solution.
If not so,
Like the
intẹ̀sí máa rí pọ̀.
what you still see
Ẹ̀mí tó
is
sì máa bá lọ́pọ̀.
a lot of lives will still go with it.
Yóò dára fún wa.
It shall be well with us.
Wọ́n fi nǹkan kan pamọ́ ní UK
There is something they are hiding in the UK,
nínú family Queen Elizabeth.
in the family of Queen Elizabeth.
Ẹ ṣé.
Thank you.
Yóò dára fún wa.
It shall be well with us.
Ọkàn wa sì balẹ̀.
Our mind will be
Ohun
at
tó dẹ̀ fi pamọ́ yẹn,
what they are hiding.
àwọn tó mọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n
Those that knows it.
it is well.
Ṣùgbọ́n yóò dára.
tó ìjìnlẹ̀ part 1 lélẹ́yìí tẹ́ ẹ kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ yẹn wá gbọ́ part 2 ẹ̀ báyìí o torí èmi a máa sọ wípé yóò kàn jẹ́jẹ́ mi mo jókòó ó dẹ̀ ti wá kàn jẹ́jẹ́ mi mo jókòó ṣùgbọ́n ní báyìí gbogbo àwọn tọ́rọ̀ kàn àwọn ọmọ onílùú wọ́n ti yarí iṣẹ́ dẹ̀ ti ṣe ètò ti tò ó wá kù sọ́wọ́ kálukú wa báyìí o olóyè Bàmí Sunday Ìgbòho ọmọ Adéyẹmọ òòṣà owó bàbá Dámì mo kí yín o torí ẹ̀ ń wo ètò yìí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ kò sígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ kí ń wo ètò wa bàbá mo kí yín èyí tá a fẹ́ sọ yìí ẹ ti gbọ́ kákàn ráwọn èèyàn wa létí ni pé ibi iṣẹ́ dé dúró lélẹ́yìí o ibi iṣẹ́ dé dúró ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ń wọlé yẹn mo kí yín o àwọn èèyàn ti wọlé gan ẹjọ́ ẹ máa bá láìkí ẹ máa share rẹ̀ ẹjọ́ láìkí yẹn kéré ẹ máa tẹ̀ sójú ẹ̀ torí pé ìta gbọ́ jẹ́ nǹkan ìjìnlẹ̀ nǹkan tó ní agbára ni ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í mọ̀mú o kì í sì gbé fèèkì bó bá ṣe rí ẹ mọ̀ pọ́mọdé ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni ṣùgbọ́n náà máa ń sọ Ọlọ́run ní kò má fi rọ́kun bó bá dẹ̀ sí jẹ́ èyí tẹ́ ẹ bá ti mọ̀ ọ́ wípé ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run Prophet Máyọ̀wá yìí kì í ṣe pé bóyá ó gbé fèèkì àbó mọ̀mú àbí ní tí ó jẹ ní wá bó bá ṣe rí ló máa ń sọ pé Olúwa sọ fóun pé ṣẹ́ bàbá ò kàn fẹ́ là mọ́lẹ̀ ni ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run fẹ́ là mọ́lẹ̀ ni àkókò ti tó ẹ ṣé God bless our father àti Sunday Ìgbòho òòṣà ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ó yẹ wá gbọ́ kí bọ́bà dá wa lágara ká lè tètè mọ́ tẹ̀ ẹ́ sójú ẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí ibi iṣẹ́ dé dúró báyìí o kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́.
I'm so glad to be here. And as I said, we are moving forward. Thank you for inviting me, the host. I thank you so much.
ẹ ṣé borí yín Taofeek Quadri Abiodun Gafar Pavilion mórí gbogbo yín ẹ ṣé.
Where we are and where we are going to. We are so
Taofeek Quadri ẹ ṣé.
First of all, NINAS, we are so close. Nigerian Indigenous Nationality Alliance for Self-Determination. That is what we are doing. We are claiming our territories. We are claiming our positions. We are claiming our land. So this is not about Fulani telling us what to do. This is us saying we the people, we want what belongs to us, what rightfully belongs to us. Yes. We are not going to fight over it because it is ours. It is ours. We're not going to fight over it. So this is ours. So I just want you to brave your indulgence and give me just a few minutes to explain how it all started. I'm not going to go into too many details, but I'll just show you how everything started. First of all, in 1999, when the Constitution was written, in actual fact, that Constitution was not written. It was actually adopted through Decree 24. That was adopted the 1979 Constitution through Abdusalam Decree 24, turned it into 1999, and made a mess of everybody. That 1999 Constitution is the problem. Is the cause of where we are right now. And that is why NINAS decided that the first thing that we have to do before we think of anything else is to pull down that Constitution. So we said, you see, this 1999 Constitution must come down for us to go forward. And why do we want to do that? Because in this Constitution, there are 68 exclusive lists. All these 68 exclusive lists makes it impossible for a Yoruba man to generate the money that comes in Yoruba land to be used for Yoruba people. It makes it so difficult. The Igbo man, the money that is generated in his own land to be used by his own people and for his own people. So this 68 exclusive list, if you go through it, you would say, God forbid, how did we even allow this to happen for so long? Guess what? The port authority in Lagos generate billions of dollars. They generate a lot of money. But guess what? Lagos State alone does not get back that money because this constitution allows about 70% of what Lagos State makes to go to Kano. To go to Kano State that generates 0%. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this constitution is the constitution that made them to make our students would have 200 and something for JAM, and they will not qualify to get into institutions of higher learning. But their own kids with 50% can come in and study medicine. This constitution made it so. This constitution made it so that we cannot generate electricity in our land. If you go to Nigeria now, everybody has this small generator. I better pass my neighbor. That is what they are using. We have like 24 hours. All you need to do is to pay your bills. Is that not it? That constitution made it so. So if you go and open the constitution, you see all these 68 exclusive items on the list. And that is why we say we are no longer doing. You have to pull it down for anything positive to happen. Then, even before we went there, the Nigerian, the contraction, I call it contraction because that is what it is. I call it a contraction because the Fulanis, they have already moved on with their Sharia. You understand? They did this in sometime in 2000. They moved on with their Sharia and decided that we here, we can decide to do whatever we want, but it has to come through their own power. So they have moved on with these 12 states that you see right now. Before, the Middle Belt used to be part of the North. But the Middle Belt found out that we cannot continue in this manner. That is why they pulled out from the North. So these 12 states has already agreed to move on with their Sharia states. And that is why when they say we are succeeding, we want them to know that we are not succeeding. No. We are actually asking for what belongs to us. Our own self-determination, that is what we are seeking. And let me also make us to realize that these three bottom, like we have the Middle Belt here, we have the Yoruba nation here, we have the Lower Niger here. When I call Lower Niger, it means the Southeast and the South, and some part of the Middle Belt. So all of us, we have created an alliance. We have created a stronghold against the Fulani Caliphate. So we are already together. We are doing this together. That is why it's easy. Had it been the Middle Belt wanted to go on their own, these people on this side will crush them. Had it been we the Biafrans, we tried to go on our own one time. You see what happened in 67. We were crushed. Had it been the Yoruba wanted to go on their own, they would be crushed. So that is why we decided to create an alliance first before we decide to go. So that has happened. Then in 2007, the template that the NINAS is using is this United Nations Declaration of the Rights of the Indigenous Peoples. Because people are asking the question, hey, how do you think this thing would work? How do you think this thing would work? Fulani will not agree. They were just making so much noise. And we're telling them that there is a template. There is a template, and you won't believe it. One of the people that helped to see this template go through was Professor Wole Soyinka. It was one of those that allowed this template to go through in 2007. It helped to get this thing to go through. The first guy that tried it during the Second World War, they killed him because they said, if Africans understand that they can have self-determination, how do we go and steal from them? So it was the help of Wole Soyinka and some other chaps that made this possible in 2007. I think the secretary there was Kofi Annan. So because it was a friend to Soyinka and so on and so forth, they met together and said, hey, man, you got to help us. You got to help us. So in 2007, this thing came out and it has about 46 articles. It's from these 46 articles that NINAS is working from. So if anybody tells, Fulani no go agree, Fulani, no. Fulani go agree because we and Fulani are not the same. We are not the same. So if you go through all these 46 articles, they're talking about the indigenous peoples in their indigenous spaces. Like the Ijo man would be in his Ijo territory, the Igbo man would be in his Igbo territory, the Yoruba man would be in his Yoruba territory. So nobody would encroach on your territory unless you decide to agree. So with that being said, now let me give you the last, or let me give you the trend, the real template that was mapped out. These are the 16 steps.
Ẹ jẹ́ mọ́ like ẹ mọ́ share ẹ mọ́ pín o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ mọ́ pín ẹ jẹ́ kó kárí ilé ẹ jẹ́ kó kárí oko ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
It started in 1999. And so far we are at the 50. This is where we are right now. From here to this is where we are. And this is the last phase. We are on number 15 where we are, because we have done the constitutional force majeure. We did that in December 16th, of which I am a signatory. So we have done that. This is the last phase of where we are, right? We are on the 15th. We are moving to the 15th, and we will now get to the 16th, and that will be the end. And when my brother was saying, we are so close, that's the truth. We are really, really close. So we are going to finish from here and go down to this last part of the entire phase. It has taken 21 years in making. You understand? And why we decided to go through this platform or go through this pathway is because we don't want any war. War will not benefit us. We don't want anybody to when all those things belongs to you. So that is why we have to go through this path. And we are hoping that by the time we finish, we will end up like this. Imagine federation. The Yorubas will go as their Oduduwa nation or Yoruba nation. We are the Northern nation. The middle belters will go. This one they've already gone because they came up with Sharia and they have already gone. And that is why you should not be afraid that Fulani will kill you. No! Guess what? We have done the constitutional force majeure that makes it impossible for the Fulani to continue to kill you unless you want to die. And now, on the 16th of December 2020, this is the constitutional force majeure that we did. We did this constitutional force majeure expressing our grievances to the nation. We're like, you know what? We can no longer do this. We can no longer be a part of this. We are no longer interested in becoming one. You have to answer the 5 demands. And these 5 demands were presented to the government. They gave the presidency 90 days to come around the 5 demands of the constitutional force majeure. The 90 days have come and gone. They also gave, from then, I think March of 2021, 17, another 30 days to the governors and the senators. Hey, go and be part of the transitioning movement. Some of them are still drawing back. They are like, would this work? Would this not work? They are still, Baba go slow. They don't want to move fast. And we're like, okay, don't worry. You just have to do what we need to be done. But right now, starting from the 17th of April, we have given our people 120 days. 120 days is the power people. That's what it's called. Is the activation of the power people or power to the people. It has been activated already. And what do we need to do in that 120 days? As my brother rightly said, there have been campaigns on a weekly basis. There was an Ibadan campaign. There was an Oshobo campaign. Was it today or yesterday?
Yeah.
It was today, Abby. It was yesterday, sorry. There was a Oshobo campaign yesterday. And the campaigns would have to continue. And the reason why we are doing this campaign and, the army or whatever, police, they are not attacking is because of the force majeure. They can no longer attack. Because we've now said that we are disputing that constitution. The constitution no longer holds us binding. And that is why we want to create that awareness. Everywhere you go, you talk to your people. Let them know why they shouldn't even fight in the street. Let them know why they should all come together. Because everybody has to come together to agree on what we are doing. The campaign is very, very effective. I watched it yesterday. I saw Sunday ago. I saw a lot of people out there. I saw it. They came out, and it has to be continuous until the end of that 120 days. What are we looking at that 120 days? We have already told the owners of the land, this is you and I. my own land, your own land, that, hey, once that 120 days comes up, you have every right to do whatever you want to do. And we have told the government. They are pretending as if they are not listening. And they are pretending that what we are doing is online. It's not online, no. There is so much work underground. There are not so many things I can tell you now. But there's so much work underground. The United States is involved. Even the UK has answered. EU has answered. They say, no. They cannot deal with this. Because they know that we are legitimate in what we are talking about. And the UN is so much in support because guess what? We have to go through the entry. If we did not go through that entry, just what are these people talking about? You understand? So we went through the entry that was proclaimed in 2007, and that is what is helping us. So to wrap it up, with the 120 days, what we are looking forward to, as I said, we're going to have referendum. The referendum would be supervised by the United Nations. I saw somebody doing wasn't a little advert that there will be referendum on June 12th. I don't think so. We have to end our 120 days before that referendum. And any referendum that you do online, it's not acceptable. No, the United Nations has to supervise the referendum. So let us not be carried away. Because the people will say, June 12th, come, it's for Yoruba nation. These people like these Fulani guys, they know that their time is up. They know that already. So they're looking for loopholes. They're looking for who to bribe. They're looking for who to give money. They're looking for so many things. So people should not get carried away. There is no referendum on the 12th. I mean, you can verify that. Brother, you can verify that. But I know personally that there is
no referendum. It's confirmed already.
Okay, good. So don't get carried away. The referendum has to be supervised by the UN. And by the time we have this referendum, the Oduduwa nation would emerge. My own nation would also emerge. That does not mean that I will hate my Yoruba brother or whatever. No, we'll still be friends. If I have to come to your country, I get visa. But the bottom line is that the ECOWAS visa should be able to be easy for me to go up and down. So that you won't get that, if Igbo goes, this will happen if Yoruba. No. Let us go first of all, because the things that we are hoping to get at the end of the day is innumerable. We can't even count it. We can't count the things that we would get eventually. Because guess what? If this thing happens, the cocoa farm that is in Yoruba land would bloom. Everybody will go back to farm. I think it's in Ondo, they have a lot of asphalt and bitumen, and yet we don't have roads. You can imagine that. A friend, my classmate in those days did a project on that when we were in Ibadan. He did a project, he got some samples, he wanted to quantify the amount of asphalt and bitumen in Ondo State. Massive. And yet, no good roads in Nigeria. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. There's the Buta steel that is there. I've been there like, even before, I can't even remember when. It's not generating anything. Do you know what we can make with the steel? Do you know that we can even use steel for so many things, from cars to airplanes, so many things that we can do with that. In my own area where we have coal in Enugu State, do you know what coal will generate for my people? At least constant electricity. It will generate that for my people. So let us not be, carried away that if Yoruba goes, what will happen to people? No. Let us go first of all. What will happen will happen. We'll still be friends. And we'll be able to manage our resources by ourselves. We will be able to manage our resources for ourselves, for our children, even for our unborn generation. And guess what? By the time things get settled, a lot of us would leave United States of America and go back home.
ọ̀rọ̀ ńlá nìyẹn o, ọ̀rọ̀ ẹjọ́ bọ̀ láìpẹ́ ẹ máa pín torí wípé èmi a máa sọ ọ́. Mo ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo wa ló jọ kàn ó kan Biafra, United States of Niger Delta ó kàn wọ́n. Ohun tí ẹ gbọ́ kì í sọmọ Yorùbá ló sọ̀rọ̀ o, ó kẹ̀jẹ́ ni tó gbọ́ Yorùbá tó sọ lòun lọ skul ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, bóun dẹ̀ láwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tó jẹ́ Yorùbá. Ọmọ Yíbò lọmọ tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o, wípé iṣẹ́ ti lọ lábẹ́nú, ọwọ́ wa ló kù sí. Mo kí yín bàbá emeritus professor gbogbo tá à ń sọ bàbá Akíntóyè wọ́n mọ̀ sí àwọn ti Biafra náà sinmi ẹ̀pà gbogbo wọn Nnamdi Kanu gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ àgbààgbà Biafra ẹ jẹ́ wọ́n ṣọ́ọ̀kì yín àwọn Biafra ti tẹ owó wọ́n ti tẹ gbogbo nǹkan tó nílò sílẹ̀ ẹ rí i pé ṣé mo gbé wọn náà àwọn ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ gbọ́ dáadáa náà pé wọ́n lọ́ fẹ́ declare ní December 2 wọ́n ti ṣe tán ọwọ́ wa ló kù sí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá àwa tẹ́rù ń bà náà la ṣe gbé wá pé ẹ má jẹ́ kẹ́rù ó bà yín bí àṣọ olórin ẹ̀rù gbọ́dọ̀ bọ́ ọmọ Balógun ẹ̀rù ò gbọ́dọ̀ bà yín iṣẹ́ ti ṣe ìgbà fẹ́ gbòbì sóbi tí ń wù bẹ́ẹ̀ ọwọ́ wọn ló wá kù sí. màmá yẹn sọ nǹkan kan màmá yẹn ní wọ́n ti rí i wọ́n dẹ̀ ti kọ lẹ́tà rẹ pé màmá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn pẹ́sẹ́sì ti gba lẹ́tà àwọn gómìnà wa gba lẹ́tà wípé tá a bá ń jáde tá a láǹpò ṣe rálì káàkiri ṣe wọn ò ní ráìtì láti arrest wa tó bá dé arrest wa wọ́n fèsì law táwọn náà sign ní United Nations wọ́n fi judge wọn torí pé self determination leléyìí kì í ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ dà lúrú àbí ẹ̀rí pé nìṣàwọn tó láwọn fẹ́ ṣe protest gan pé a fẹ́ protest fearless a fẹ́ protest ember government so wá work nìsí kò lè work ẹ jẹ́ gbogbo àjọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ní kí ẹ tó bá Yorùbá nation ẹ dúró tán àwọn Biafra tẹ̀ ti dúró tán tiwọn ọwọ́ wa ló wá kù síbi àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá káwa náà dúró tán ká sọ pé ààrẹ dì ká sọ pé ìjà yìí a máa jà ẹgbẹ́ mọ̀mọ́ yẹn náà sọ kankan tó tí inú mi máa ń dùn sí onídẹ̀ẹ́ ni bàbá Akíntóyè máa ń emphasize lé lórí pé a fẹ́ jagun ẹ mọ̀ ìjà tàjẹ̀ lẹ̀ torí wípé àwọn tá a fẹ́ gborílẹ̀-èdè fún nígbà tá a bá tó wá ń tàjẹ̀ wọn lẹ̀ kí wọ́n láǹfààní sí sẹ́ǹsì wá wà nínú nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe yẹn bí ìdí tí bàbá Akíntóyè wọn sọ nìyẹn pé ẹ mọ̀ jẹ́ ká ja ìjà tí ẹ mọ̀ jẹ́ ká gbé nígbésẹ̀ tí yóò di ogun tí yóò di wàhálà tó yẹ di pé àwọn ọmọ pa àwọn èèyàn wọ́n máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pa àwọn èèyàn ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá wá occupy tán tí rally yẹn dé full stage tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wa fẹ́ gbọ́wọ́ kọ́wọ́ àwa náà lè kó jìtá síta ká bá wọn ṣeré ọwọ́ torí wípé kò sí alágbára kan tí mo fẹ́ káwọn tó wà lábẹ́ rẹ̀ kó lọ ẹ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì gojú wọn rí mọ̀ bo ká tó bọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ará Egypt lọ́wọ́ Pharaoh so bó ṣe rí nìyẹn gbogbo àwọn alágbára àwọn tó lè ń jẹnu wọ́n Nàìjíríà ò ní fẹ́ ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó sọ ọ́ sìn tí màmá yẹn sọ ó ti inú mi ti ẹ̀ dùn pé kì í sọ ọmọ Yorùbá pọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ló sọ wọ́n lè ní bàbá Akíntóyè ti bribe ẹ̀ ní bàbá Akíntóyè ó ti ṣe kinní kan ní ojú pé onítìrí ló ń kọ́ pé kó lọ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ngọ̀ pé ọmọ Ìgbò lọmọ tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé iṣẹ́ táwọn ń ṣe lábẹ́nú nìyẹn pé sẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yà pátápátá tó wà ní Nàìjíríà kí kálukú mọ́ lọ́nà tiẹ̀ ní àwọn dẹ̀ ń bá kẹ̀họ́ pẹ̀lú what United Nations UK ní ó sọ màmá yẹn sọ ọkọ tó dùn mọ́ mi nú ó ní UK go lágbára mọ́ lórí tó wà ńlẹ̀ USA go lágbára mọ́ torí wípé àwọn onílùú gangan náà sọ pé àwọn ń lọ àwọn ò ṣe mọ́ after the expiration of 2014 àbí tí amalgamation ti expire pé kí ló wá kù mọ́ pé kí everybody máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ ni ẹjọ ẹ máa pín program ẹjọ ẹ bá wa pín ẹ máa kọ́ tiẹ̀ kẹ́ pín káàkiri ẹ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé tó oríire ńlá gbà tún leléyìí ìròyìn ayọ̀ ńlá gbà leléyìí ìròyìn ayọ̀ ńlá gbà ni ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run yẹn náà sọ pé gbogbo eléyìí tí wọ́n fẹ́ ti bàbá Tinubu sí yẹn pé wọ́n fẹ́ tì kó ṣe nǹkan kan tí ó against progress Yorùbá land ó ní ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run yẹn kọ́kọ́ sọ pé bàbá tẹ́ ẹ bá fi lè ṣe é ẹ ní farare lọ o ìpè kọ́ o mi ṣe pé o nǹkan tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run sọ ni mo interpret o èmi kọ́ mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o pé ẹ má ṣe o pé tẹ́ ẹ bá fi lè ṣe é nígbà tí yẹn kọ lẹ́tà sí wàhálà ni bàbá òun náà làṣẹ ń gbé wá fẹ́yìn yẹn wá kékeré ẹ bá wa like ẹ bá wa share ẹ bá wa pín ètò yẹn pín dáadáa ẹ like ẹ share ẹ subscribe sórí ìkànnì yìí fún àwọn ọ̀tún èyí tẹ́ ẹ bá ti join wa ẹ lọ tẹ like yẹn ẹ tẹ join wa ẹ lè jẹ́ ẹni wọ̀ tó bá wù yìí ẹ join bẹ́ẹ̀ èyí tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ ti subscribe ẹ jọ ẹ subscribe sí orí ìkànnì yìí kọ́mẹ́ǹtì yín ẹ jájọ pàdé ní comment section bó bá ṣe rí lọ́kàn tí yín lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí màmá yìí sọ àti èyí tí ìrántí Ọlọ́run ti sọ o bọ̀ ní comment section ẹ má bàa tẹ̀ sójú ẹ̀ pé Yorùbá nation no going back káwá mọ èrò tiyín ní comment section kájọ máa sọ kájọ deliberate lé lórí kẹ wá máa kọ́ tiẹ̀ kẹ máa pín fún gbogbo àwọn tó bá yẹ kẹ pín sí ẹ ṣé o tẹ́ǹtẹ́ ti sí wa ní gbogbo ìgbà ICN TV yín náà lélẹ́yìí ẹ ṣé tẹ́ǹtẹ́ ti sí wa.